The death of Macbeth, King of Scotland, protagonist of Shakespeare's play of the same name. August 15, 1057. King Macbeth of Scotland, my 32nd great-uncle, is killed at the Battle of Lumphanan. Macbeth, King of Scotland, was the brother of Arletta Falaise, my 32nd grandmother, 5 times my grandmother, married to Robert I, Duke of Normandy, my 32nd grandfather, 5 times my grandfather, parents of William I the Conqueror, Duke of Normandy, 1st King of England, my 31st grandfather, 5 times my grandfather, and 5th grandfather of Dom Afonso III, King of Portugal, my 25th and 26th grandfathers. Story of my oldest ancestors, of whom I am very proud. Macbeth of Murray, King of Scotland, King of Murray, was born in Scotland in 1005 and died on August 15, 1057. He was the son of Findleach, King of Alba, or Scotland, King of Murray, and Doneida, Princess of Scotland. Macbeth of Murray, King of Scotland, King of Murray, was the brother of Arletta Falaise, my 32nd grandmother, 5 times my grandmother, married to Robert I, Duke of Normandy, my 32nd grandfather, 5 times my grandfather, and the parents of William I the Conqueror, Duke of Normandy, 1st King of England, my 31st grandfather, 5 times my grandfather, and the 5th grandfather of Dom Afonso III, King of Portugal, my 25th and 26th grandfathers. Macbeth was King of Scotland from 1040 to 1057. He was the last of the Gaelic kings of Scotland. His reign lasted 17 years and was largely peaceful, as well as generous to the church. His fame stemmed from his role as the inspiration for William Shakespeare's play Macbeth, although the play contains little historical truth. He is buried in the Isle of Iona Abbey. Biography. Macbeth was born in 1005 in Scotland, the son of Doneida, Princess of Scotland, and Findleach, King of Alba, Scotland, King of Murray, who was murdered by his nephews. Doneida married a second time, Sigurd II Dagri, the Fat, Earl of Orkney. Macbeth was the grandson of Malcolm II, King of Scotland, my 34th grandfather, 5 times my grandfather, and had as much claim to the throne as Duncan. In 1032, Macbeth married Gruach, daughter of Buat Maxenida, Prince of Scotland, and granddaughter of Kenneth II, King of Alba, Scotland. Gruach was the widow of Mac Rory Gilacomgan, governor of Murray, and bore him a son, Lulac the Simple, who would become King of Scotland in 1057. A courageous general, Macbeth claimed the succession on behalf of his stepson and wife, and became governor of the province of Murray, Scotland. He killed King Duncan, his cousin, and ascended the throne in 1040. In 1045, a revolt occurred in southern Scotland. Crinan of Dunkeld, Duncan's father, claimed the throne. Incited by the Norwegian Earl of Caithness and Sutherland, Thorfinn, Duncan's cousin, Macbeth and the leaders of northern Scotland allied with Thorfinn. In battle, Macbeth defeated and killed Crinan. A few years later, in 1054, near Scone, Macbeth was defeated in battle by Duncan's son, Malcolm Canmore, who would become Malcolm III, King of Scotland, my 31st grandfather, 3 times my grandfather. Macbeth was killed 3 years later on August 15, 1057, at the Battle of Lumphanan in Aberdeenshire. Shakespeare's play. Using poetic license, William Shakespeare distorted the king's temperament and the historical facts, according to which the first part of his reign was peaceful. Shakespeare drew inspiration from the historical account of Macbeth's reign in the Chronicles of England, Scotland, and Ireland, which in turn were based on Scottish philosopher Hector Boece's History of the Scottish People, and presents Macbeth as a villain and usurper. In Shakespeare's play, based primarily on Raphael Holinsh's account and likely first performed in 1606, Macbeth is initially a brave and loyal general to the elderly King Duncan. After being manipulated by the 3 witches and his wife, Lady Macbeth, Macbeth kills Duncan and usurps the throne. Ultimately, the witches' prophecies prove false, and Macbeth becomes a murderous tyrant. Duncan's son, Malcolm, stages a revolt against Macbeth, during which a guilt-ridden Lady Macbeth commits suicide. During the battle, Macbeth encounters Macduff, a refugee nobleman whose wife and children had already been murdered on Macbeth's orders. Realizing he will die if he fights Macduff, Macbeth refuses. But when Macduff asserts that if Macbeth surrenders, he will be ridiculed by his former subjects, Macbeth vows, "I will not yield to kiss the ground before young Malcolm's feet, to be drawn by the curse of a rabble." Instead, he chooses to fight Macduff to the death. Macduff kills and beheads Macbeth, and the play ends with Prince Malcolm becoming king.